Welcome to the Hard Hitting Opinion Radio.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, hardhittingopinionradio.com. Here is this new radio show I'm calling Cornerman's Corner. It's like the most clever thing I can come up with, the theme of fighting, boxing, whatever. But, this is the debut episode, I guess you could say, of this kind of side thing that I do from my audio show, which you can hear it. Just go to the hardhittingopinionradio.com and just check it out. I think it's alright, it's me talking about wrestling, MMA, boxing, stuff that, us guys, we enjoy it. But, let's talk about, the epic career of Shawn Michaels, because, this is the topic show, and I pick a topic, and I decided to go with Shawn Michaels for the first episode, because most legendary wrestling career, I think, any wrestler is ever going to have. You think back, here's a guy, who's been wrestling for over 20 years, as he said, and, it's all started, thinking about, back to the AWA days where, he was doing his thing as a young gun and making his way to the WWE at the time, and, they were starting to get a lot of steam, and, they started off Monday Night Raw, and lo and behold, the first actual main event on Monday Night Raw, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Fast forward to WrestleMania 26, and these guys have the main event once again, of a WWE show. So to see Shawn Michaels kind of go, here's a guy who has been on top. He's pretty much his whole career. I mean, this has been the guy, in the WWE. He's always been one of the major stars, of all time. And to have him kind of, make his way up the rankings, starting off with the Rockers and, turning on Monty Jannetty. And then they got the whole stripper gimmick that he was doing for a while. And, here's a guy, absolutely, without a doubt. He had his demons in his day. He, was pretty well known between him and Bret Hart, everything that went on between them, and I guess people backstage. Things with drugs and stuff like that in his personal life. So, a lot of crazy stuff, dark demons he had at those times, and he ended up hurting himself, and that was about, the last we saw of Shawn Michaels, in the WWE at the time, the WWF at the time, actually, and it didn't look like we were going to see Shawn Michaels back in a ring, after that epic matchup he had with Bret Hart at, the WrestleMania, the Iron Man match, and then having him and Stone Cold put on the show that he did for his last performance at the time, already at the time, one of the great careers, already. So, to have him miraculously come back a few years later at SummerSlam to battle Triple H, when it really was supposed to be, Kevin Nash against Triple H, but lo and behold, Kevin Nash hurt himself, and that ended up being the end of that angle. So, to see Shawn Michaels kind of come back and, fill in for the spot, ended up hitting a home run with that match. Turns out he found out he could wrestle again. At the time, all we thought we were going to get was street fights from him, so to have him come back and then become the kind of wrestler that he is today, where he really is truly one of the best pro wrestlers right now, and to have him retire, he conquered all his demons, put Jesus Christ in his life. A lot of people do. It's Christianity. That seems to be the way a lot of these guys are going, but, so it's sad to see him go on the greater careers in pro wrestling, and, I don't think there's anything much more I can say about that, but, I just wanted to, kind of talk about Shawn Michaels for a little bit, because no one's really going to have a career that he has. He's been good since day one, and proved it on the last day that he's as good as he was, if not better than he was on that first day. So, if you can be good as that long, does that really make you the greatest wrestler of all time? I think it does. I think you're in the top echelon there, but that's just me. Anyway, if you like this kind of stuff, head over to hardhittingopinionradio.com. Subscribe to the show. It's on iTunes. Post it on the website. You can stream it. All sorts of different things. Go on your iPhone. You can do it right on the iPhone. All sorts of things. Blackberries. So there's a lot of different options. So hopefully you check it out. Again, that's hardhittingopinionradio.com.